Welcome back to Between Bells, everybody. Amy Winehouse is a name and a voice that people will never forget. The singer passed away in 2011 after battling drug and alcohol addiction. The Amy Winehouse Foundation was set up by Amy's family on what would have been Amy's 28th birthday. Since 2011, the charity has worked with over 300,000 children in schools, engaged with hundreds of people in recovery, and continues to provide support, treatment, and therapy for children and young people in the UK and around the world. Now the foundation is partnering with a new film that aims to raise awareness of the growing opioid crisis around the world. This is SNO Babies. Take a look.
I'm addicted.
What do you mean you're addicted?
To heroin.
What? Oh my God, the baby. How? How did it start?
How everyone starts. Oxy.
The film is available on streaming services today. Joining us now to discuss is the father of Amy Winehouse, Mitch Winehouse. Mr. Winehouse, welcome to the show. He is also the co-founder of the Amy Winehouse Foundation. We are so excited to talk to you. First, tell us about SNO Babies and the story that it tells.
Well, the film is very harrowing, as you can see. It's a very hard watch. It's a very hard watch for me. And it's about how indiscriminate addiction is. It can affect anybody. And how things can spiral out of control very, very quickly. And this is what happened to this unfortunate family. And it's a difficult watch, but it's one that every family should watch.
I couldn't agree with you more. I actually have to thank you for sharing your story. I also have a close family member who's struggling with opioid addiction, and I don't think people realize the struggle that they go through every single day. With that said, with the Amy Winehouse Foundation's partnership with this film to raise support and funds for recovery efforts and, of course, educating people about this issue in young adults, how important is this to get this message across, Mr. Winehouse?
Well, it's very important. You know, one of our largest projects is the Amy Winehouse Resilience Program in schools. We work with people who are in recovery, giving the message, speaking to the young people about situations like this, telling them their life stories in the hope that they won't go down the same route that they've gone down. And by giving them the information, by educating them, so to speak, the young people now or the young people that we speak to, and that's 300,000 over the last 3 years, are able to make more informed choices about the things that they do.
You know, this is such a tough subject matter for you and for so many families who are dealing with this. What advice do you have for parents on how they can talk to their teens or young adults about addiction?
Well, you've just said it, being able to talk to them, something that I didn't handle very well, frankly. You know, my way of dealing with it was screaming and shouting and throwing myself on the floor. We didn't have a clue how to deal with it, because if it can happen in my family, it can happen in any family. And the secret is get help. First of all, go to see your local doctor, your local GP, as we call them in the UK. They will signpost help and local drug agencies that people can go to, and I'm sure it's very much the same in the US. And start a conversation. Learn to speak to your child. Learn to have a serious conversation without screaming at each other.
What are some of the ways that the Amy Winehouse Foundation supports young people affected by drug and alcohol problems? Because, again, it is such an important message to get out there.
Well, one of our largest projects, as I say, is the Resilience Program, which is our school project. But our other project, which we're very proud of in London, is Amy's Place, which is a recovery house. It's the only all-female recovery house in London, where young ladies who have been through rehab, they're now clean. The problem is they would then have to go back to the situations that they were in before, and it's, you know, they're gonna lapse again generally. So we have a safe haven for them where they can come to us for up to 2 years, and they can live and relax and carry on their recovery in a very safe environment. And some of the stories that we've got of people moving on from there, and some of the contributions that these young women are making to society, it's frankly incredible. It's a fantastic project.
I have less than a minute with you, but I do have to ask you, with this month, September being Recovery Month, what would you want to say to people about this ongoing global opioid crisis?
You know, it's not such a problem in the UK, not for younger people, but we know that there's overprescription, and what can I say? I mean, it's just an incredibly sad situation that young people and older people, not just young people, are finding themselves in this situation. It's frankly incredible, and it's got to be stopped.
Thank you so much for your perspective and your insight. Mitch Winehouse, SNO Babies is available to watch now on Amazon, Apple TV, iTunes, Google Play, and much more. Thank you again. More Between Bells is next. Don't go anywhere.